So as we are done with our first panel discussion round, and now we start with our speaker session that is going to be happening, sir. So we start with Ms. Seema Prabhakar, Headmistress and Head Parental Engagement, James International School, Gurugram, India, to come on the stage. And I would like to hand over the mic to her for giving her valuable suggestions and a session to all our educationists from all across India. A welcome round of applause for Ms. Seema Prabhakar from James International Gurugram. Thank you.
And if you allow, can I use the space here? Because being an educator, I'm not very fond of standing just in front of this. I would like to have a more connect with my audience. Okay, so a very good afternoon to everyone. Very less energy in the class. So good afternoon, everyone. Excellent, excellent. So I think we have been listening a lot to our panelists, to Sir. We have been listening, and I think a lot of information we are gaining here, and it is such a delight to hear that we are going to be back now in the class, and we are preparing the students to come back to school, and we are thinking, what can we do? First and foremost, I would like to start by thanking Blueberry for giving me this opportunity to wear a sari and stand in front of all of you. Because I think I have been really tired attending the online classes, online conferences with this much visible. So that was something which I never expected. But yes, I'm so happy. So I think I'm looking good. Thank you. Great. So this is what I really wanted to start with. And now I would like you all to participate in one game with me. So are we all ready? Come on, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have some more energy in the class. Are we ready? Yes. Excellent. So we start from here. I will speak one statement and I would like you to spin a story. So I start with a statement and I would like you to spin a story. So we go table-wise, right? So the statement of 2020, can anybody guess? The statement of 2020, the most spoken statement of 2020. Yes, sir?
Blessing in disguise.
Okay, great. The most spoken statement of 2020. And you have to help me with this sound because it's a little distracting. Yes, sir? Yes?
Be negative.
Be negative. Oh my God. Yes, be negative. Yes.
Sorry, we have some technical issue.
Amazing. Can I have a round of applause for the lady? We have some technical issue. Yes. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
Is my screen visible?
Absolutely correct. Is my screen visible? Another statement very similar to this one.
Ma'am, I am having connective issue.
I am having connectivity issues. Yes, ma'am.
Put yourself on mute.
Put yourself on mute.
We are celebrating
Yes.
this Chinese festival.
Okay, how are we celebrating this Chinese festival? Anything else? Anything else? From the last one, please. Anything from that table?
Please wear a mask.
Please wear a mask. Okay. Without wasting any time, I'll give you the statement of 2020. It was, am I audible? Yes?
Are you listening my voice?
Am I audible? Am I audible, students? Am I audible? Am I visible? This was the only statement. As a teacher, I kept asking. I am so glad and thank you so much, Ashwini. I don't have to ask anyone of you, am I audible? I know I am. I'm so happy. I can see your body language. So, first statement, I start with, you start spinning a story. Am I audible? Spin a story.
Yes. The statement is, are you listening? A square plus B square is equal to 2AB.
Excellent.
Sir, आवाज नहीं आ रही sir, दोबारा बोलिए.
Okay, next.
Are you audible?
No. You have to spin a story. So my statement was, am I audible? He said something of calculations. Now spin a story.
Would you be able to hear me that what I taught you right now?
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. Great. And your time talks tick, 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 tick. Now we are going table by table. We are going tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Okay, we move on. Yes, the last table. Yes, quickly. Yes, ma'am. Okay, great. Yes, Sindhu ma'am. Okay, yes.
We have the multiple choice questions going on. Why are you saying AB like this? Am I audible to you correctly?
Excellent. Yes.
I'll put it in the chat because I'm not audible.
Excellent. We'll put it in the chat box. Yes, please.
You are very much audible, but I am not interested in listening to you.
Excellent. Yes.
What more we have?
Okay.
Ma'am, isn't it a yoga class?
Okay, great. Yes, this is all what we did. Yes, ma'am.
Teacher asked why the students are switching off the video.
Okay, switching off the video. So I think excellent, huge. Yes, ma'am.
A teacher calls me up, ma'am, I'm in the classroom online. None of the students have started up because it's a Hindi medium school. Sometimes they don't wish to come to the online class.
Excellent. So yes, this year has been a fantastic year where we. Okay. I'm so sorry, Ashwini. I'm not very used to standing at a place. Okay. So yes, this has been an year where we all have really struggled with all these kind of things. This statement, am I audible? Am I visible? Students, you need to come on the chat. You need to see what I have uploaded. You need to submit your homework. All these things were very much there. But why I did this activity? I did this activity to tell you that yes, we in the NEP are not really focusing on a lecture-based teaching. We are wanting an activity-based teaching. So for a second, I'm sure you all thought, क्या बोलना है, क्या हुआ, अच्छा सुनना भी था, इसने क्या बोला, इसने इसके साथ connect करना है. Did we think like that? Yes, we were thinking. Our thinking hats were on. The NEP talks about that, and I will come to that in a while. The pandemic, certainly, as I have been hearing from the panelists as well, and Sir has also mentioned that this pandemic has been a tough time, really tough time. A teacher who had a student in the class teaching in a room privately, having her own comfort, having her own space, was all of a sudden overnight told, from tomorrow everybody will watch you. You will be online. The parents who are like in today's generation helicopter parents who are never happy with anything what we do as educators are viewing you, are seeing what you are doing. All of them were looking at you. So what we had to do? We had to give the teacher that comfort. Relax, we are there with you. As a management, as a leader, I'm there with you. I will tell you how to go ahead about it. I will train you. So, too many apps that we did. So, talk about Microsoft Teams, Zoom, quizzes, Nearpod. I think we have explored it all. The digital integration overnight went off very well. Very well. But what exactly happened, as I heard from one of the panelists, that the learning was not that effective. Because we could not do the differentiation. We could not really connect to each child very effectively. I will now talk a little about what we have been doing at GEM. So yes, we have been doing a lot of apps, the digital integration. Yeah, the digital integration. But the best part was that during this online learning journey, we got multiple opportunities. We got opportunities to connect international, which would have not been possible. We also had a literature festival where Mr. Shashi Tharoor addressed our students. We had a fitness festival where Brian Lara addressed the team. So, a lot of good opportunities that we got during this pandemic. Now, what NEP talked about? Let's move to that. So, there is a lot that NEP has talked about, but I think I will try to focus and concentrate on only 4 things. The first thing which I would like to talk about is moving away from the rote learning, integrating the 21st century skills. And when we say 21st century skills, I think there is a lot of misunderstanding in the terms what we are wanting. What we are really looking at for the 21st century skill is critical thinking, creativity, imagination. Just now the activity I did with all of you, there is no rote learning. We need to ignite that spark. We need to let the students think. Think what is something which is out of the box. What we create here till grade 12, what kind of education we are giving to the students, when they move out, they are not employable. Because there is a huge gap in what we are providing and what the industry is wanting. We need to make the 21st century skills very much integrated in the curriculum that we are delivering. So this is one of the focus that NEP is talking about, that we need to move away from the rote learning and we need to focus on the integrated approach where we are trying to integrate the 21st century skills. The other thing that has happened very well in NEP is the early childhood education. And I think one of the ma'am talked about it, and I think it's very close to my heart, because if your roots are weak, you can never have a strong tree. You need to start right. You need to have a very strong base. And when I say a strong base, you need to have the basics right. You need to let that development of mind happen in those areas, at that age. So the early childhood education, at GEMS we have been following the UK IESA program. And we have been working on the different areas like communication, like the social motor development, the gross motor development, social emotional skills, where the child understands the basic skills required and the mind is developed to a level that they can understand and grasp. I really like what Sir mentioned. We cannot have, we are a doctor. I can't give you a medicine, all of you together. I need to diagnose each child. I need to see the uniqueness in each child. Learning cannot be quarantined. We believe in that. Learning cannot be quarantined. You need to make sure that you reach out to each child to understand their needs, their requirements, and then deliver a course. So your course has to be very well defined, keeping in mind your visual learners, your auditory learners, your kinesthetic learners. If I ask this entire group that would we like, if I ask all of you, okay, you have to probably make a pasta, a very simple dish. I'm sure everybody knows how to make a pasta. If I ask you, the first thing that I ask you, okay, would you like to watch a YouTube video to make it? Would you like to have a recipe in your hand and make it? Or would you like to experiment on your own? What exactly? Let me see how it comes out. I'm sure each one of you will have a different answer. Some of you would like to just have a YouTube video link and see what is she doing and quickly go ahead with it. Some of you would like to see the quantities absolutely the same in the recipe. So we are visual learners. That's the dominant that we have. We are visual learners, we are auditory learners. You need to catch that at a very early age. We need to understand that and then help the students to develop. So that's a very good thing that NEP has come to. That early childhood is very important. As I understand from ma'am, I completely agree with you ma'am, when they come from a preschool in grade 1, they are lost. To start from the very beginning and have all of them uniform and start at the same level is very difficult. So the early education is the other area that is very important. The third thing that NEP talked about was the assessments. Now assessments is a very interesting area. And I'll come to what Sir mentioned. We actually, okay, what is assessment? What is assessment, ma'am?
I personally feel that it is just it's just a tool to analyze whether the child has observed whatever has been done in class or not.
Excellent. Anybody else? Any other thoughts on what is assessment? Yes, ma'am.
I think it's predefined parameters, and we have rubrics wherein, I can evaluate or I can assess the skill of a particular child.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Any thoughts on what is assessment? Any other thoughts on assessment? Okay. Are we really trying in assessments to judge a child? Yes or no?
We are not supposed to.
We are not supposed to. Okay, you're not judging a child. Even if you're trying to judge a child in the assessment, you are judging on what you have taught.
Exactly.
What is, yes?
It's the perspective, different perspective of every person.
Correct, absolutely. It's a paradigm shift that we all need to do and understand what is assessment. Assessment is a progress. Assessment is I'm standing here, I don't know how to go 3 steps further. My teacher is helping me to do this and I'm understanding, okay, why I could not do these 3 steps. Understanding the gap and then rectifying it is my assessment. The idea is not to tell you, okay, you actually did not do well, so you are C now. Is that the idea? What we're really wanting as educators for our kids? No, we're not wanting that. So, assessment is something that we all as educators need to understand, that we are really not wanting to judge a child. We are wanting to handhold them from one place and take them to another by giving them the right guidance and direction. That is assessment.
One second. There is very idealistic, the thought is in you, I mean the educators, but what is happening really on the ground is quite different.
Okay.
Now you try to achieve certain grades, so they compete for the grade only.
Correct.
So you have to be very clear about your objective, what you want to achieve, then only you conduct assessment.
Correct.
But what I request you, have you ever thought, I mean, I found it very wonderful, so have you ever thought, whatever experience, whatever knowledge you have, you would love to share with some of the deprived schools? Say for example, in a year you have 365 days, at least if you spend 2 days in one of the schools in rural area, and you collaborate, we're talking about not competition, but collaboration. Now, if 2 schools are competing, then we don't grow. Absolutely. If we collaborate, then we grow better because we are sharing our strengths.
Correct.
So, have you ever thought about this in any time in your career that I reach out to some schools which is deprived of such type of teachers? So, like we have